Hi and welcome back. I'm the Scrawny Bandit, and today we are going to have a first close look at the AKM from Izhmash. And yeah, let's see what's in there. So, let's check. As you can see, there's no mag in there. Chamber is clear. Now this gun is safe. Then, where do we start? Well, probably, as you can see, here is the Izhmash proof mark, as well as here, I'm not sure if that shows. What looks like a scratch is actually a proof mark from the armory. And you have, that's mostly an import thing, you have part of the serial number penciled on, electro-penciled onto the dust cover, as well as the upper hand guard. Then we of course have the Russian markings here on the iron sights, as well as on the fire selector, being the fun button and being the normal button, back onto safe. And it comes with this beautiful Bakelite grip. The wood as well, I love the Russian wood color. There's a little bit scratches up here and here. That's mostly from storage, as you can see here. She was made in 1947, so she is, no, sorry, in 1974. So she has a few miles on her, but she spent all her life in storage. So now she is here. Next I'm gonna take her apart, so we can look at the markings inside. Yeah, I can do that on YouTube, but I'll be right back. So now we have taken it apart. Let's see. As shown before, you have part of the serial number penciled here onto the dust cover. I also saw, other than a lot of commercial dust covers, this Russian one has a fold here which strengthens it, so that's nice. I'm not sure why they did not do that in like commercial ones. Same with the wood, they have like these little metal parts in here to make sure it actually sits where it's supposed to sit. So little stuff like that is cool to see. And I mean, this looks, yeah, as well, you have part of the serial number penciled onto the gas tube, actually, that is. Then, let's make sure we can see that, you have a serial number here on the barrel, and you have proof marks here, and there are some more here as well. So that's quite cool to see. Also, it's like very ripped, so there's a lot more surface area than like on this flat part here. So that helps with cooling. So that, yeah, little parts like that is cool to see. Other than that, it looks immaculate. Oh, and yes, you can see here even the safety is electro-penciled. Same goes for the bolt carrier. You have part of the serial number, no, actually the full serial number here on the bolt carrier. And yeah, this looks, the piston looks brand new. Same goes for the carrier. This is basically new. And then you have the import marks up here, which is nice. They're not like super in your face, which is nice. And so then let's have a look at the internals. Let's start with the bolt. That's kind of cool. So this is a virgin Russian bolt. It's fatted up with some grease, but other than that, you can see you have a free-floating firing pin, like this. And yeah, this thing is brand new. This has never been fired. The extractor looks beautiful. And it also, you can see it shows, it comes a little bit out. I saw that on my Romanian commercial AKs, that it sits fully in there, but this one shows up a little bit more outside, so that's cool to see. And this also basically looks brand new. For the conversion, we have a closer look afterwards inside the receiver itself, but they seem to have cut out a piece of the carrier to allow the conversion to semi-auto, which is kinda sad, but it's a minimal intrusion into the, let's have a look at the gas port here. Yeah, this is 50 years old, brand new, basically. So, yeah, let's have a closer look into the receiver. Be right back. So this is how the receiver looks on the inside. As you can see, so this is, as mentioned before, this is converted to semi-auto only. So that is so you can sell them around here. You can buy full auto guns here, but yeah, you have to jump through some hoops. So most of them get converted or quote unquote neutered. And it's, to be honest, it's a little bit of a lottery, because there are many ways to do it, and some of them are very intrusive and some of them are not very intrusive. So what I've seen, what they've done here, they completely removed the rate reducer as well as the auto sear that would been on the inside here. It basically looks like a standard semi-auto trigger group from an AK you buy anywhere. And what they also did, because this is still a select fire safety, so you can't take this safety out just pulling it up here. You have to actually turn it fully, bend it outwards and turn it fully one side around, because the wing it has down here is the full length. This is, so when you're on the full auto setting, it also blocks the disconnector. And to not allow for that, they basically cut off the tail of the disconnector. So it now looks almost like a semi-auto disconnector, but it was actually a full auto disconnect, or a select fire disconnector that has been cut off. So they cut off here a part, and they as well cut off, as I showed before, in the carrier a part that interacts. So you can just basically put back in an auto sear and you're back into business. So they changed that, and there is, as you can see here, so this is the usual bar, and below that bar where the select fire or the full auto pin would be in, there's now a pin that goes through, so the trigger can't be blocked, and with a spring on it. So you can't just take that out, right? That's basically what they did to convert it to semi-auto only. Other than that, they left it alone, so I'm quite happy with that. Again, I've seen models where the stuff was way more intrusive, and they started soldering stuff in here, and yeah, so some conversion has to be done. It would have been great if it would have been untouched, but yeah, some stuff has to be done. That's just the law. So for that, I'm quite happy. So you could technically put an ALG trigger or something like that in here. That should fit, that should work. But I'm not going to do that with this specific gun. Then after that, you can see it's a tamper. You can't see it right now. Let me see. But it is a tamper chamber. So from what I've read, it's the first year they did that with the AKMs. And yeah, that's quite nice. And after that, we're gonna put her back together, and we're gonna have a look at the barrel and see how the mag fits. And yeah. So this is how the bore looks, if there's some light in there. Yeah, this has never been shot. This looks brand new. This is a chrome lined bore. Very happy with that barrel. That looks perfect. So she is back together. And clear. There's no mag in there. So gun is safe. So let's test a few of the mags we have. This one is, not sure if you're gonna see that. This is an Izhmash produced steel mag. It came with this one, even though by that time most of them would have been issued with Bakelite mags, but I got one of those. So let's see if that works. That fits perfectly. That's great. Then we have here, this should be a Hugo mag with with the bolt hold open. So let's see if those work. Fits like butter, and yeah, keeps the bolt locked back. No issues there. And this is a 7.62x39 Bakelite mag. It's a Russian one. You can see here, this is a Izhmash proof mark. So that would be the mag this would have been most likely issued with. And yeah, it fits like butter. No issues at all. Then, to make it a little bit interesting, this is a, for YouTube purposes, 29 round Longboy mag. This is an assault mag for those who know them. Yeah, and this is a cheap one made in Korea. So yeah, this is like a commercial assaulter mag, and it fits like butter. It sits in there perfectly. So yeah, basically every mag we tested so far worked without issues. And then these are like the ones I use for training the most. So these are Unity 7.62x39 mags. These are like the bottom of the barrel cheapest mags I can find, and they work great. They are the tightest in here, but yeah, that works without an issue. So if you ever get your hand on a Russian AKM, most of the mags I could find work without an issue at all. So this is my first impression. So what we are going to do now is I'll have to think what I'm going to do with that rifle. If I'm going to keep it all stock, that's mostly the plan. And even if I'm going to shoot it or not. I mean, it's a wonderful gun, but seeing that all of the parts are basically virgin, I'm not sure if I just should put her aside. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you want to see more AK content. I have a bunch of them lying around, and yeah, hope to go to the range soon. See you around, and yeah, keep it AK.